What is your worst addiction in life right now? Phone. Used to be heroin. I play a ton of video games, but they never get in the way of my responsibilities. I like that you lead with phone and brought your comment down a notch with used to be heroin double quotes. It was an honest, wholesome, and uplifting comment. I'm rooting for you. I hope you have the best life possible. Thank you so very much. I had lost a really good friend to heroin. So just know, from the bottom of my heart, I'm glad that you're still here. Phone addiction. I'm glad someone is honest about this. I tried to ask my girlfriend if we could have 10 minutes of uninterrupted, no phone, quality time each night one time, and I got gobsmacked by, "You have no hobbies" and "You have no friends" comments. First off, I can't afford hobbies both with time and with money. Second off, I'm not making that mistake again. Sounds toxic, bro. And if 10 minutes without your phone is an issue, you both have serious problems. No offense, but been there, and it's really, really bad for your mental health. Look out for yourself. Procrastination. Pro tip: most procrastination is just perfectionism and a learned fear of failure. Perfectionism is the enemy of good because it prevents failure from ever evolving into good. Pro tip 2. Procrastination is neurodrugs. Reward drugs. Easy to access and low quality. Just straight dopamine. The opposite is also neurodrugs, but you have to work for them, and in doing so you produce and receive different and better quality ones. I don't know, serotonin, acetylcholine maybe. Along this logic, I try to stop telling people things I'm going to do, and instead just do them and tell them after. Apparently saying you are going to do something releases a similar reward chemical as does actually doing the thing. Like, I'm going to start working out every day. Feels great to say it and believe it, but then you don't actually work out that day. You already feel good about yourself for making that declaration. I still do this all the time, but once you're aware of it, you can start combating it. I almost lost my job because I procrastinated getting out of bed every morning and would be late for work regularly. I would set myself 3-minute timers over and over again just to get 3 minutes of extra time lying in bed until I would be 30 minutes late. Sometimes I would make it to my car on time, but would procrastinate turning on the engine and actually leaving. It was an addiction to wasting time. Sadly, this tendency is much more dangerous when you work from home, especially if you're in a role without much micromanagement. My procrastination is so bad that I am way past the deadlines of the projects I am supposed to deliver, and now I've just turned off my phone so that I don't get any calls and messages from the people who were supposed to get those projects 2 months back. I am really struggling with procrastination. It's still alcohol. 6 years sober, and not a day goes by that I don't think about having a drink. I keep lying to myself by thinking if I was to start back drinking, I could control it this time. Don't you ever convince yourself you can get a handle on it next time. Some people can drink responsibly, some of us can't, and it's a fact of life. I'd love to drink again. The smell, the taste, catching a tasty buzz after work is the best. But my life is infinitely better sober. That's one thing I can't lie about. Stay strong. I blew 7 months of sobriety last week and regret it tremendously. Had 2 beers one night, 6 the next, then somehow had 9% beers, and I don't remember opening the bottle of wine afterwards. I now know why I decided to be sober. I'm sober now for 13 months. In 2019, I sobered up because the law told me to. In 2020, I finished a year sober with no faults or relapses, passed with flying honors. In 2 weeks, I was back to drinking the same amount and eventually more than I ever did, and continued to drink until May of 22, when I went to rehab. I finally had enough. Sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's such a slippery slope, so easy to fall, very difficult to get up. And you didn't blow 7 months of sobriety. You still have them. Now, get back up and keep going. You are a wise man on several accounts. Thank you for the encouragement, and I wish you the best as well. I second what he mentioned. You did not lose 7 months of sobriety. It's just a slip, and you are on your way to continue. It only makes you stronger and will help you as a reminder to not fall back into it again. Crystal meth. Decided to try it out of curiosity 2 years ago. Haven't been able to quit. I regret it every fucking day. I started meth at the beginning of COVID out of curiosity. The following 3 years were brutal. Recovery is possible. I'm coming up to 3 months clean in July after many failed attempts to quit. I hope you find the strength to overcome your addiction. I know you feel hella better. I've been there, buddy. It really does get better, trust me. If you quit now, you might not have such a bad recovery. The longer you do it, the worse you mess up your dopamine and serotonin and may suffer anhedonia long term. Acetylcysteine will make it easier. It levels things out when you're dealing with the exhaustion and depression for the couple weeks after stopping. This is probably a controversial opinion, but replacing it with Adderall will make it easier if you can get an ARCs. It's best not to, but it's hard to come off meth, especially if you work full-time. Taking the antidepressant Wellbutrin would be the best option though if your dopamine system is messed up afterwards. It's just another drug, but there's no potential for abuse, and it's a pretty safe medication. Wellbutrin is routinely given to meth addicts in recovery. Apparently, it's a huge game change, and as someone who has used meth before and also been on Wellbutrin, I'm really not surprised to hear how helpful it is. However, it's not always great to take with Adderall though. If you do take Wellbutrin, make sure it's from the same doctor giving you Adderall so you don't seize up and die or have a stroke. Adderall script opinion is definitely controversial, but I totally agree. It's going to be very difficult for you to continue functioning fresh off meth. The Adderall will allow you to not put a full stop on your life,